This is just a sample of the audiobook. To get the complete audiobook, access the link posted in the first comment.
Have you ever broken 80? If so, are you able to shoot scores in the 70s consistently? If you're like the majority of golfers, the answer is probably no. So what gives? Is golf really such a hopelessly impossible game? Should we just resign ourselves to the reality that most golfers are fated to spend their golfing lives stuck in mediocrity, shooting scores in the 90s or even 100s? Or might it be possible that there's simply something wrong with the way we learn to play this perplexing game that is keeping us from playing much better? Having studied accomplished golfers, along with analyzing my own game over many years, I began to notice some common traits shared by all accomplished golfers that are noticeably different from those shared by struggling golfers. Once I synthesized these common traits through a lifetime of trial and error, I finally stumbled upon what I believe to be the magic formula for breaking 80 consistently. What I found was quite shocking and flies in the face of much of what conventional golf wisdom preaches. Having discovered this magic formula, or blueprint if you will, I have been pleased to discover that provided I simply follow this blueprint, I'm now able to break 80 on a consistent basis despite my limited natural talent and limited time to play and practice. Whereas before, my progress was haphazard and short-lived at best, despite investing a tremendous amount of time and energy, not to mention money, in a futile attempt to improve. Furthermore, I have found this blueprint to be unfailing in its effectiveness. As long as I adhere to its principles and focus on the right things instead of the wrong things, I'll discuss what these right things and wrong things are later on in the book, the formula is almost magical in its predictability and consistency in enabling me to break 80 more times than not, or at least have a very good opportunity to do so, even on days when my game is a little off. So what is this magic formula that enables me and these other rare golfers to break 80 on a consistent basis, while the rest of the golfing population continues to spin on the endless merry-go-round of failure and frustration? After years of study and analysis and trial and error, I've concluded that the secret to breaking 80 lies not in natural talent, athleticism, or even swing technique. Rather, the ability to break 80 has to do with a very precise approach to the game and the development of an extremely specific set of golf skills, which, whether through ignorance or industry conspiracy, are either unknown or simply ignored by most players and teachers alike. One of the sad facts about golf is that only a fortunate few golfers ever discover and dedicate themselves to mastering the true scoring skills that lead unfailingly to shooting low scores, while the rest of the golfing population struggles and suffers endlessly with mediocrity and frustration. The purpose of this book, therefore, is to lift the veil of confusion and finally reveal the true keys to breaking 80. My goal is to empower frustrated golfers and arm you, the reader, with the true knowledge you need to finally begin to surely and steadily improve your scores, with an approach based on sound principles that any golfer can easily learn and apply, to the point where, provided you follow these principles faithfully, you will eventually gain the ability to break 80, not just as a one-time fluke, but over and over again. As you read the little book of Breaking 80, I believe you'll find that the magic formula for breaking 80 is well within your grasp, and that if you will only apply the principles that you will learn in this book, your scores will begin to improve dramatically, to the point where breaking 80 will no longer be a distant pipe dream, but a distinct reality well within your reach.